all! Allie here. I just came back from GameStop with my $60 Elephant Mario keychain. Oh, and I got a game with it, I guess. You might be thinking, wow, you're really getting shameless with copying other YouTubers now, huh? And that's because I've been trying to live a day under the new Super Mario Bros. Creative philosophy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, am I right? Also, it's not copying. I have one new thing right here. Let's see what this game is about anyways. Ooh! Oh my god! Ooh! What the fuck? Everybody knows who Mario is, right? Who is this guy? But have you ever seen him like this? Science has gone too far. Have you ever gone through the stages of grief only for it all to be thrown out the window the moment you finally got over it? Well, that's what it's felt like being a 2D Mario fan over the past couple of months. For 7 years straight, Nintendo was pumping out an almost identical new Super Mario Bros. Game almost every year, and the 10 years after that was practically radio silence. After years of stale milk, 2D Mario went out to get more and never came back. That is, until Super Mario Bros. Wonder, released on the Nintendo Switch in October 2023. And I finally got my milk too! The game was released to almost unanimously positive reviews, praising everything from the visuals, the wonder effects, the badges, the level design, and even the shockingly competent and unique approach to online functionality. Who are you? Wonder is everything I wanted out of a new 2D Mario game, and it hit it out of the park with several home runs. But we're not talking about that today. What do I look like? A guy who copies other people? I'm gonna be original and talk about something that I haven't seen nearly enough people talk about, and that's the music. Not only is the music of Mario Wonder damn good, especially in comparison to the new Super Mario Bros. Series, but they put it to amazing use too. Music is ingrained in this game's very DNA. Almost every facet of this game has something to do with the music, but none of it would matter if the game's music was bland. So let's critique it. Wowie zowie. Hi everyone, Alimony Don't Have Though here, the internet's busiest video game music nerd. And it's time for a review of the Super Mario Bros. Wonder soundtrack. Starting off, we have the Overworld theme. I really like the use of acapella vocals here compared to the new Super Mario Bros. Series. They feel a lot more alive and a lot less shoehorned in. It feels so cozy and welcoming, which is a great thing to have for one of the first songs you hear in-game. Feeling a light to decent 8 on this one. Not as exciting as something like Fossil Falls or Super Bell Hill, but it's enjoyable in its own way. Next up, the snow theme. Oh, how I love this theme so much. Snowball Park from Super Mario 3D World is probably my favorite snow theme in any Mario game, and this one manages to rival that. It captures that sense of, wait for it, wonder that is usually felt with these sorts of levels. Just like with the Overworld theme, it feels comfy and inviting, like coming home from a long day at work and de-stressing. Feeling a decent to heavy 9 for this one. Many songs in the game have such distinct vibes to them that make them stand out from their new series counterparts. The Airship theme feels extreme and intense, while the beach theme feels calm and relaxing. The Haunted House theme feels spooky and ominous, while the Badge Challenge theme feels motivational and triumphant. No theme feels generic. It fits the settings of the levels, sure, but it feels like a unique take on each area. Fittingly, like you're in a different world. Okay, how about one more critique? The Wonder Token Tunes theme. Yeah, this is not good. Not because it's actually not good, but because this is literally just the Super Mario World bonus room theme. Which is a song I do like, don't get me wrong, but I just really wanted an excuse to say the funny Fantano not good meme. Oh yeah, speaking of which, let's talk about the break time levels. Transition. These bite-sized levels are shorts that serve as quick breaks from longer levels. They can range from actually interesting to Sonic Forces Simulator. Some of them are music-based, namely ones where you jump off blocks to the beat of a song, or ones that just serve as an excuse to play music from the classic games. They even made it so the coins in the bonus stage you unlock after getting a game over shoot out of a cannon to the beat of the music, which is a remix of Mario 64's Slide theme. The main levels have a lot of musical elements too, with multiple wonder effects being song numbers by various enemies and other characters, which are well animated, choreographed, and have cool little details. They always keep it fresh by having loads of different creatures singing and dancing. The plants are singing, the spikes are dancing, the pumpkins are raving, King Boo's out here hosting an entire opera, Bowser's hands are holding a concert, Wario gets you to buy into his multi-level marketing scheme by rapping. Everyone has their time in the limelight. He's so cool! There's also a wonder effect that's a remix of the Metal Mario theme from Mario 64? Like, what? The best part is, all of this music slaps. It feels right at home with the level music with how cool and unique it is for the Mario series. The level music itself dynamically adjusts to whatever conditions you have on yourself. When you're standing still, the percussion stops playing. When you're in elephant form, the trumpets start taking over. It's a cute little touch that I doubt many people would have cared about if it weren't there, but it's a really nice touch to have anyways. There are even various instruments that are added depending on which badge you have. For example, when you have the invisibility badge, the voices start getting louder. Run. Even the badges were given some love from the music department. There's a secret level in World 4 where you have a little dance party with Ninjis. When you jump to the beat of the song, your jump goes higher, which is pretty neat. Once you complete it, you unlock the Rhythm Jump badge, a badge that allows you to do this gimmick on any level, as well as adding another backing track to the music too. Honestly, I kind of hate this badge, but at the same time, its existence made me think of something. This badge, on top of all the other music-related content in this game, made me, wait for it, wonder what was going on. Is this subtly trying to be a rhythm game? Is this the long-awaited sequel to Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix where it's a 2D platformer and Waluigi gets the shaft again? Well, I have one more piece of evidence to support my theory. Presenting the final boss, Bowser's Rage Stage. This might be one of the best final bosses in Mario history. Bowser's Rage Stage begins with one of the craziest wonder effects yet, a medley of previous wonder effects back to back with a quick little song number in the middle that's a mini medley of all the song numbers up to this point. As you approach the final boss arena, you're presented with a brand new mechanic, what I like to call the rhythm jump platforms. These platforms give you a powerful jump if you time it with the music, similarly to previous rhythm jumping stages, and this mechanic is essential for defeating the final boss. And might I say, the music is a bop. Not only that, but I'm also a massive fan of these new personality traits Nintendo's been giving Bowser over the past decade or so, making him a showman, a show-off, a metalhead, and a simp while also keeping him as a genuine threat is such a weird yet cool combination that gives him a lot more of a unique personality than the complete lack of one that he had before 3D World. Even the little details pay a bit of attention to the music. There are 2, or 3 if you count the Metal Mario remix, variations of the invincibility theme in this game, which is probably more than the series has had since Mario 64. Like I said earlier, there are quite a few references to music from the older games in the soundtrack. In fact, the music is one of the rare instances when this game actually wants to reference the classics. When a wonder effect is playing, enemies and even coins will start dancing to the music. Kind of reminds me of the way the new Super Mario Bros. Series handled dynamic music with the whole thing. When you kill enemies during song numbers, the vocal tracks are adjusted accordingly, which is again a nice touch that not many people would have cared about, but it's nice that they paid attention to it anyways. Even HD Rumble was given some love, playing musical notes whenever you run on the music blocks or the dash panels. Finally, HD Rumble has a use besides shoving the Joy-Con up my ass. Now, why would there be so many musical elements in this game to begin with? Did one of the developers bring a DDR pad to every meeting? Does Nintendo have a secret vendetta against Geometry Dash? Well, it all traces back to the Mario composing legend, Koji Kondo himself. Kondo's involvement with Mario games has varied throughout the series' history. Sometimes he's all hands on deck. Other times he goes out to get the milk, and I already made this joke, didn't I? Well, this time, not only was he pretty heavily involved with the music, but he had a hand in a lot of the creative process in general. You see, the game was made under a no-deadline, all-ideas workflow, at least in the early stages of development. Many ideas were thrown around, and they were coming from everyone, no matter what department you were from. At the end of the brainstorming process, over 2,000 ideas were thought up of for the game, quite a lot of which were scrapped from the final. One of Kondo's personal contributions was a tall, giant, live-action Mario that would hum along to the background music during gameplay, and I'd assume he'd be doing the Mario as well. One of the other scrapped ideas was live commentary during gameplay, which was replaced in favor of the talking flowers that spew all the goofy little lines. Guys, I think he knows where I live. There was even a planned option to allow you to change the commentary to a tsundere mode, which would have been interesting to say the least. Well, it's not like I wanted that or anything. Pulls out missile launcher. Kondo's involvement with this game is much more heavy than his involvement in most of the new Super Mario Bros. Games. With that series, his most noteworthy contribution was the implementation of the previously mentioned feature that would end up being one of its most defining characteristics. Those Koopas probably dance while filing their mortgage. With Wonder, he's seen talking in interviews about how the sound team was responsible for the implementation of the rhythm jump badge, the musical levels, the dynamic soundtrack, and even stuff I didn't talk about, such as the masterful sound design. His team was behind Wowie Zowie. Wowie fucking Zowie. The attention to detail that was put into not only this game's music, but literally everything about it speaks volumes to the amount of love and care that was handcrafted into this, wait for it again, amazing game. And I know it sounds like I'm just looking through a thesaurus right now, and that's because I am. Super Mario Bros. Wonder shows how much standing out in a world of monotony matters. After years of feeling like nothing but white bread, they finally put the whole grains back into Mario, and the world couldn't be happier. In a world of samey video games, and an industry that loves to copy off each other, Mario Wonder, along with many other games these days, dared to defy the standard by being something different. By providing a new twist on an old favorite and relishing in it every second. The same way something new can also be old, like with the new Super Mario Bros. Series, something old can also be new, which is the mindset I believe the developers of Wonder were going for when making this game. Sometimes reinventing yourself and adding a new twist is a great way to stand out amongst the crowd. So that means I need to reinvent myself for the current landscape to make me stand out from the YouTubers of the past. And I know just the way to do so. I got a funny hat!